right. Hey everyone, Melissa here. How's everyone doing? So I'm just waking up and I thought I would just do a video as I'm waking up. So, um, let's talk about some stuff. So, I have a million things to always talk about. So, I want to talk right now about staying soft. Staying soft as women, how important it is. We are living in a day and age where we are expected to, work like men. And not that we can't, right? Because when I go to work, I worked yesterday like 8 hours. Um, I can work usually like three other guys. I can work really hard. But my main core is really soft. I had a guy yesterday go through drive-through and he's like, "I love your nail polish. It looks good on you." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." And I noticed right then and there that as I was busy, doing drive-through, I just centered myself again with him mentioning my nail polish. Um, I had I had asked a woman about this too, how we live. If you look around, I was in a parking lot one day in my truck and I was looking around and you see all these different types of women, right? And you see like the ones with the blazer and they look like a businesswoman, and you see, women dressed this way or that way, and you just, you think, how are we supposed to be as women? Where I'm in a generation that I grew up with women who had a lot of natural beauty. It was just natural. I think they put a lot of, not even too much effort into how they looked. We had a society where women, I think, where I grew up, were more softer. The men were out working for the most part. If you worked as a woman, it was usually part-time, mother's hours, so that you could be home with your kids. There was more emphasis on the homemaking. There was more emphasis on women taking care of their families, going out shopping with their mothers, going out shopping to take care of the family. So I feel like we've kind of lost that in this day and age. I feel like we've lost a lot of that traditional, just women being home, taking care of the home, taking care of children. And as I talk about abortion, we are seeing women just give up, their whole core to be out there working for stuff instead of taking care of kids. And it's just, it blows my mind to think about what we've given up as women. So can women hustle? Yes, we can. We can work hard, but I think we are becoming more masculine. There's nothing wrong with being feminine and working hard, but I think we are going so far. We keep on going, going, going. We are going so far that we are losing our softness and our femininity. We're just losing it. We don't raise kids. We don't look at our families with our nephews, our cousins. We're not building families, So my husband's grandmother, my grandmother-in-law, she would work at, always having parties, family parties. My grandmother too, always having family parties, get-togethers. And that's what you did, right? You were part of a family, so you went to these family gatherings. And I did when my kids were younger, and then as we had three, I was like, yeah, we're not playing the numbers game. We're not just coming over and doing the numbers, right? So there's a difference between just having a nurturing family and just getting together just because you have to get together kind of thing. But we have lost that, and I really think we need to go back as women and really go back to our fundamentals and our foundation of having babies, Having, when I was talking to a lady at work, the one I mentioned with her two little ones in a video, she's like, yeah, nowadays if you have three kids, people look at you like you have two heads. And it's true. It's like, where are the mothers? When I was growing up, you usually saw mothers at the grocery store, right? They were with their kids. You didn't see, you know, nowadays, like I saw this mother with her little baby in the store, and, you don't see that as much as you used to. So, again, I think we need to get back to being soft. So, for me, that is something that I focus on. I focus on being at my core. And then, like today, I have a million things calling my name, just it's like, how do I organize my time? I don't play the game. I don't play the game of getting out there and being a he, she, or she, he, whatever. I don't get out there and go after everything. So usually I've got like, okay, so there's a book at the library I want to get today. It's about post-traumatic stress with abortion, post-trauma. And the other day, I had the covers over my head the other night, and I was thinking about how my brother and I used to make these forts in the snow. And we used to like have holes, in the forts, like these tunnels and everything when we used to do that. And we used to be able to hide and cover up. And I'm like, geez, I have not thought about that in ages. Where did that one come from? And then there was another memory that popped up. Oh, yeah. So thinking about my boyfriend, from the abortion, I still think of him as the time when that trauma happened. And I'm like, Melissa, he is a little bit older than you. So right now, you're this age, so he would be this age. And I'm like, holy cow, I don't think of him in those terms, because the trauma freezes everything. So anyways, that trauma, you're always kind of dealing with it in the background at some level. So anyways, I'm like, yeah, I want to go get that book. This is kind of how I plan my days. I'm like, I want to get that book. I should exercise. And I'm like, well, if you go get that book, that's going to be your exercise. So don't worry about your stretches and your weights today. And then I'm like, okay, I wanted to go make some extra money to give to give plasma at a new place that gives you more money. And I'm like, well, you're feeling better without giving plasma right now. You're not shaking as much. You don't have the dizziness. You don't have the night sweats as much. So that giving plasma has been a toll on me. It's maybe for some people it's great, but for me, it's been like I've been really dizzy with it, and I'm feeling better. So I'm like, wait on that. And then I've got a business call, and I'm like, wait on that. I have somebody coming over for an inspection on this apartment today, and I'm like, just don't even bother cleaning your home. Just let them come by and check the smoke detector and everything. Don't worry about it. This is your day off. So usually I have all these things going on, and I'm like, okay, what do I need to do today? What is the main thing I need to do? I need to get some more time in with God. I had prayer yesterday when I was walking, but I'm like, you got to get in the Word again. I had my Bible study, and I'll show you this, the other night. And this lady brought us all these coloring books for Easter about God. And I don't color. I'm not someone who colors because I just feel like I don't have time for it. But we had a great Bible study, so I want to kind of get back into that study and break down, things that we learned. So there's just a lot I usually think of that needs to be done, and I do them. I'm very productive. I am very goal-oriented, work-oriented. But the main thing that you want every day, besides having your time with God, and having time with God too makes you soft. It does, as a woman. I feel like His love just softens you as you see it every day. So, but the main thing is you want to stay in your core. stay in your core and stay soft as a lady. Um, Yesterday, someone gave me a $5 tip in drive-through, which took care of my dinner. And someone said to me, I said, oh, I don't know where to put this because I had slacks on. And I said, oh, I'll put it in my shoe, until dinner. And he says, oh, yeah, ladies don't have pockets in their pants. And I thought, well, mine were just yoga pants because I was moving around a lot. But I thought that's interesting to think about that, because I usually wear jeans that have pockets in them. But to think, I don't know where that comes from. Ladies don't have pockets. That was kind of interesting to me. But anyways, stay in your femininity, and that is after, your time with God and everything, walking with him. Your femininity is your core and it's your guide in life to get what you need done. But, even without your drive, you just want to stay in that core, because that's what being a lady is. So that's what I got for you now, guys. And don't let crises, take your femininity away, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because you could get too busy, or you have a crisis here, and then you're walking in your softness and you have a crisis here, and before you know it, as you keep getting interrupted, or have crises, you're losing your femininity. So you want to work toward being soft and take that time for self-care. Okay, thanks for joining me, ladies.